Done a tremendous amount for not just women's basketball, but basketball, period. She's been successful everywhere she's been.
Gray in white, or Grayson in white to jump it up, and the ball is out of bounds and will go to the Lady Eagles to start things off this afternoon affair in Monroe. We're supposed to play around 6:30, but because of the weather coming through, 3 o'clock tip here in Monroe. And these teams squared off 3 times last year, including the 3rd round of the WNIT. And a lot of familiarity. You'll hear that a lot. Grayson right to her to start things off. And Coach, one of the best field goal percentages in the league. She starts off with the first 2 of the ball game.
It didn't take her long, but that might hurt her field goal percentage. She's 1 for 2, but it builds up her rebounds.
Getting that back, those stats up. Timms for 3 from the corner, no good. You see the starting lineup: Johnson, Downs, Timms, Manuel, and White for the Warhawks. Mel Timms from the corner misses her first shot of the game. Again, for Southern Miss, 2 true freshmen, Cooper and Rowe, and then the sophomore Sieper, Nyla Jean, and Melyia Grayson, the starting 5 for the Golden Eagles. You see Jean guarded by Manuel on the wing. Looking to get Grayson posted up on White. Spin move right to the bucket and in. 2 quick buckets for Melyia Grayson.
Yeah, she looked like she got White by surprise, but that shouldn't be a surprise of what she's capable of doing after a 5th year of doing it.
Ball knocked out of the hands of Downs, but they'll call a foul.
Yeah, Downs was trying to get into the lane to go up with it, and they just got a reach. It got part of the arm.
Foul on, did they get Rowe or Jean?
Yeah, it looked like Rowe's the one that got her.
They put it on Rowe, the talented, one of the best freshmen in this league out of Pikeville, Kentucky. She was the Kentucky Player of the Year. She has been an instant impact for the Lady Eagles in her first season. Downs gets it off to White, top of the key. Hands it off to Timms, guarded tightly by Sieper.
Yeah. Southern Miss is going to be out there on them.
Timms, tough shot off the glass is up and in, and ULM gets on the scoreboard, now trailing 4-2 as we get 8:30 remaining in the first.
Yeah, after playing 3 times last year, they're very familiar with each other. Both teams is kind of trying to be looking for their strengths and try to take it away from them.
Southern Miss returns 5 players from that team last year that made it to the WNIT. We see Jeans off target, and ULM looking to run. Downs, looking for Johnson. Taken away by Cooper, another freshman in this lineup. 3-on-1 fast break. Downs going to take it herself with the left up and in. Coast to coast for Micah Cooper getting the start today. Again, Southern Miss short-handed tonight. Just 8 players. J.K. Johnson in the lane, up in friendly roll is in. And, Coach, that's been the case the last 2 times the Lady Eagles have come to Monroe. They just had 7 players in the WNIT game last year. A little bit more today with 8.
Yeah, but, they've had some issues, but, they play through them. And, we talk about having to play at 3 o'clock. That might affect the crowd, but it's not going to affect them ready to play. As you can see right there, Grayson's ready.
Yeah, no answer from Melyia Grayson early. She's got 6 of the Lady Eagles' 8.
Sometimes the only answer for that is to keep the ball away from her. You just got to front her or get her pushed out farther away from the basket. And she's a little difficult to push because she's very experienced.
She has been, again, from her first day, homegrown player out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. She was the Conference USA Freshman of the Year when the Lady Eagles were in CUSA.
Yeah, so let me drop back into a zone right now. Just give them a different look. And there's the 3.
Open 3 from the corner for J.K. Johnson. No good, and rebounded by Grayson. Gets it up to Jean, quickly to Sieper. Deep 3-point, no hesitation, no good, rebounded by J.K. Johnson.
Yeah, that one was a little quick to get in there.
Downs, good pass to Manuel in the post. Fadeaway, no good, rebounded by Grayson. And Grayson's been a force so far. That is her 3rd rebound to go along with 6 points, just not even 4 minutes into this ball game.
Yeah, they did a good job of Manuel. She wasn't able to go up straight with it. She had to kind of fade away, and usually that's a high percentage shot.
Jean into the wing to Cooper. Back to Jean, top of the key, swings it to Rowe. Bounce pass to Grayson. Now she's on the right block. Turns around, shot off the glass, pretty. Coach, she's unstoppable right now.
Yeah, I think that's the way you got to play her, but then you see the results of playing her the way she should be played.
Timms fakes the 3. She'll drop the basket. No look pass to Sakiah White, up and in. Good look by Timms. Good finish by White. Her first bucket of the ball game.
Hey, that was great just to catch that. White was getting ready to rebound, and all of a sudden the ball's coming to her.
Jean out of Tampa, Florida. Both Jean and Sieper were high school teammates. Sieper was a sophomore. Jean was a senior at Plant when they won a state championship at the highest level of Florida, I believe 7A.
And you know that is awesome for teammates.
Downs all the way to the goal, left it in.
For teammates to get to gather up in college, high school teammates to go play in college, that's unusual, and you know they're enjoying it.
No hesitation by Downs, the Canadian by transfer from Mercer. Cuts the lead to 2, 10-8. Jean to Cooper, guarded by Emmanuel, top of the key, over to Rowe. Again, they're trying to get Grayson on that block. Cooper to drive on Emmanuel now. Left, up and in, and the freshman Cooper averages 2 points. She's got 4.
Yeah, they got Manuel playing outside, you know, and that's what she's used to playing. She used to being around the basket.
Timms right to the goal, no good, but stolen right away. Timms for 3, up, also no good. Rebounded by Cooper.
Yeah, Tim's got where she wanted to be. They're just a little bit short. That's a shot she takes.
She's 1 for 3 from the field with 2 points, and ULM, we've seen this a lot lately, Coach. Slow starting, and then Coach Bilderbeck goes to her bench with 3 or 4 players. We'll tune in. We've got 4 players about to check in for the Warhawks.
Yeah, we see Valentine's over there. She did an awesome job last week, or the last game coming in.
Jean all the way down the goal. She is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line when we come back here in Monroe on ESPN+. Brooks Dinah Williams, the associate head coach, filling in today. Nyla Jean from the free throw line. Her first shot is up and in. 70% free throw shooter on the season. Again, played a lot of basketball last year. Didn't start till the WNIT got all 3 starts in that run for the Lady Eagles. As we see Nyla Valentine, of course, we spotlighted. She started earlier in the season, but coming off the bench. And, Coach, she just brings a different level of an intensity when she's coming to the ballgame. She's been the spark that they've needed.
Yeah, she started earlier in the season and started coming off the bench. And like you said, it just really, really stepped it up.
Plays starter minutes, and it's turned over.
It's like an offensive
foul. Away from the ball. That's Asia Leak. She is a transfer out of Southern Miss. She is on the screen, one of 3 transfers who played for the Lady Eagles. And, of course, there is a former Warhawk on the roster for Southern Miss and Bree Sutton, but she is out with injury. Rowe, left-handed pass, couldn't be held by Jemiah Evans, who's checked into the ball game for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Bree Sutton, she left and went to Arkansas State, and then when Coach Brooke went to Southern Miss, she rejoined her there. Evans,
a junior out of Gulfport, Mississippi, as Southern Miss in the zone. Again, the zone defense is giving ULM problems this season. It's on cue, turned over right into the hands of Evans.
Yeah, Johnson got the ball and thought I think she's just going to turn around and see what she had, and they come from behind and just took it away from her. And you can't be surprised right now what's going to happen.
Jean wide open on the mid-range jumper, and she makes ULM pay for it. Coach, just looked like some confusion by the Warhawk defense. She was wide open.
She didn't hesitate to take it either. I mean, if they're going to give it to her, she's going to take it.
Jean averaging over 12 points per game. The lead's been doubled up to 8 for Southern Miss. Leak on the baseline's double teamed. Lost control of the basketball off her leg, and it goes right back to Southern Miss. That is the 4th turnover for ULM in this first quarter. And Manuel comes in for Leak. Caitlin had a double-double 2 games ago against Coastal Carolina. Coach, after that, she spent the last 2 games in foul trouble.
Yes, she has. And here, you know, Southern Miss has got her defending outside on the perimeter, and it looked like she was struggling with it. They were getting by her, and then they brought Leaky in and just wasn't able to get anything going there either.
Michaela Manley's checked in the ball game night for Southern Miss. She started a bunch this season. Again, just 8 players. As you see, Sieper with 6 on the shot clock gets it over to Evans. 3-point from the wing, good. And the last 5 points have come from Nia Jean. It's a 9-0 run for Southern Miss.
Yeah, she just looked up, saw it, and could get it off and just put it up there.
Lead up to 11. Michaela Gray from 3, wide open. No good off the back of the iron. Tipped and rebounded by Walker, but they'll say over the back.
Yeah, she went up over her.
Layla Walker with her first foul.
Yeah, they did a good job of blocking her out, and she just got to go up over.
And Coach, if you're Brooks Donna Williams, you got to be happy with what you've seen. You've been able to expand your lead with Grayson on the bench. She's just checking back into the ball game.
Well, they've pushed the ball down the floor, and they've hit those shots. You know, ULM has just given them a little bit too much room, it looks like right now. And they're very comfortable shooting it.
Mainly with Valentine on her. We've got a foul under the basket.
Looks like it's going to be on Walker. Her and Grayson were battling.
And that's the second foul for Walker. She just had it on the other side of the court. Now she gets her second foul.
Yeah, she was trying to hold her own. You know, Grayson was fighting for position, and Walker was fighting with her. And usually you see that reaction.
And Leak's right back into the ball game.
Well, you know, Leak's got to come back in because of the size. They're both 6'3", and they got to combat Grayson, who is also 6'3".
Well, easier said than done, but if anybody should know how to guard Grayson, it's Leak, her former teammate. But again, it's easier said than done.
She probably guarded her every day, but
guarding and stopping, Coach, two different things.
Exactly.
Grayson gets it down. She's double teamed. Tim strips away from behind.
Yeah, that's what you got to do is help out.
Timms to Manuel, knocked away from behind by Jean, then it's tipped away right to Manley somehow. Gets it back to Jean. Bad luck for the Warhawks as that ball went right off the legs to a Lady Eagle. Looked like there's going to be a turnover. Manley's floater, no good. Tipped, out of play. Will go to ULM down by 11 with 1:27 left here in the first.
Yeah, Grayson got a hand on that one. ULM just had her blocked out.
And Nia Valentine hit 5 threes in the loss to ODU. 3 in the last, what, Coach, 45 seconds of that ball game?
Yes, 3 in the last, less than the last minute.
She is fouled by, that is Cooper with her first foul.
Yeah, she'll get her the 3 free throws right now. But yeah, she came in off the bench, and then at the end just lit it up. ULM did a good job of getting her the ball, and she almost brought ULM back against, you know, Old Dominion. Of course, Old Dominion went to Hattiesburg and won, and came here and won, so that puts them up. 2 wins on the road is a great way to start the conference season.
Valentine, an 83% free throw shooter. That'd be a record if she was an 83% three-point shooter.
She'd be shooting a lot more often.
Absolutely. Second free throw is good. 9-0 run has just come to a close. Southern Miss close to 4 minutes. Again, creating 5 turnovers. Valentine 3 for 3 from the line, cuts the lead to 8.
Yeah, ULM had been over 4 minutes without a field goal.
And ULM will push the pressure full court. Rowe and Sieper in the backcourt. Got to get it across, and they do to Grayson.
Yeah, they just got to give these players that's not used to starting and not used to playing a lot a chance to turn the ball over. Not necessarily take it away from them, but give them a chance to turn it over.
Jean's got Sieper in the corner. Wide open, no good. Rebounded and tipped alive by Manley.
Well, somebody just didn't pick up Sieper. They got lost.
Sieper hit the second most three-point shots from a freshman in Southern Miss history, so she's definitely capable of it. And good pass to Grayson, her 10th point of the first quarter.
Yeah, they were just kind of.
And Leak is rewarded from running the court. Johnson with the assist.
She did a great job of getting open, but you know ULM that's twice in a row they've been open in the corner here. Somebody's hadn't got their man or haven't rotated yet the way they're supposed to.
Rowe to Grayson on the elbow. Guarded by Leak. Southern Miss can't take the last shot. 10 seconds on the clock. Grayson, good position on Leak with the right. Unstoppable. 12 points.
Yeah, she just got down low.
And ULM doesn't get a shot off, and it is a double-digit lead. 20 in women's side, they got it rolling.
Well, they do have one going, and you see ODU there. They've won 2 on the road, as we mentioned earlier. They beat Southern Miss there and ULM here.
Brooks Donna Williams got to be happy with what she's seen from her squad here after 1.
Yeah, they're back in the zone right now, just kind of getting out, putting pressure outside, and kind of letting Grayson take care of the post.
Valentine, no good, rebounded by Grayson. That's her 5th. Coach, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm not going out on a limb. She's probably going to end up with a double-double today.
Well, she's getting close already. ULM's got 4 rebounds, and she's got 5.
Sieper, top of the key. Guarded by Manuel, gets it over to Jean. Manley with the size advantage over Valentine. Drives her into the post. Scoops with the left hand, no good. And again, we talk about the size advantage. She takes advantage of it there.
Yeah.
Getting the rebound.
Yeah, she just went up over her that time.
Manley, yeah, I'm sorry, Coach. She's a Louisiana native.
Yeah, you can kind of look for her, maybe be posting up down there.
Jean open three. Mikhail Manley, she's from Lake Charles, a sophomore out of Barb High School. Nia Jean off to a nice start as well. Her 7-point, her second three. And the lead is double 26-13 Lady Eagles. That zone defense giving ULM problems.
Yeah, they're just having a little trouble kind of getting it inside.
They get it into White on Grayson. Back to Valentine. Quickly to Timms. Got to hit it. Off. The bank was open on a Thursday afternoon. I don't think that was the intent, but it worked.
But as long as it goes in. As long as it goes in. But, you know, they're able to put pressure out on the perimeter and just let Grayson kind of patrol the paint, and she's doing a good job of it. ULM's going to have to get the ball to the high post and distribute it from there.
And they've got Grayson again on that post going to work on White. Left it short that time. Good defense. I'm actually shocked she missed it. That's how good she was in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Sims.
They did a great job of
Johnson in the corner. Back-to-back three-point shots for the Warhawks. Makes it 26-19, and Brooks Donna-Williams calls a quick timeout.
Yeah, she don't want them to get
the good starts as far as shooting percentages. Both over 50%. The Lady Eagles 55, ULM 50% so far.
That is, the weather's not affecting them, but, you know, and they're playing relative good ball as taking care of the ball. Southern Miss has only got 3 turnovers. ULM's got 5.
And Jean wide open for a 3. Can't take advantage of it that time.
But, you know, she's hit a couple over there.
But again, that's Coach, the third or fourth time that Southern Miss has had a wide open 3-point shot without a defender in the area.
Either they're helping out and somebody's not helping them, or they're not recovering quick enough. But, you know, those turnovers, ULM's only had 5 turnovers, but Southern Miss has scored 7 points off of those turnovers. You
see Cooper with the foul from behind. We've got another stop and play. With 7:41 remaining here in the half. Gray to throw it in. Right in front of the scorer's table.
Well, look, they're looking at the shot clock, I assume. Yeah.
And Downs to start the offense for the Warhawks over to Timms. Again, swings it to Downs, guarded by Rowe. White on the baseline. A cutting Gray under the basket, up and in. Melyia Gray's first bucket of the ball game. She averages 4.9 per game.
And she just made herself available right there. When they dropped down to double team, she just got where she could get the ball and got in position.
Lead is 5. Gray guarding Manley at the top of the key, over to Sieper. Down low to Grayson. Swings it to Jean. She'll drive, shot, tough shot, up, no good, and rebounded by Downs.
The Downs is going to push it to all the way. I thought she was going to take it all the way.
Gray, too many steps. Moved too soon.
Yeah, she got it and just never broke stride. She just kept going before she put it down.
Yeah. She saw the lane, but didn't dribble.
Couldn't get rid of the ball quick enough.
26-21, under 7 minutes to go here in the half. ULM on an 8-0 run over the last 1 minute 40 seconds. As Evans has checked back in the game, she goes to work on White. Lost control of the basketball, but right to Sieper. Well, cross-court Rowe.
Yeah, ULM had a chance to come up with that one, and Southern Miss just beat them to it.
Southern Miss a good job of sharing the basketball. No good. Rebounded by Downs, but stolen right back by Manley. Sieper, 3 from the top of the key. No good. Tipped and out of bounds to the Warhawks.
Well, Southern Miss is just kind of beating ULM to some of those loose balls, it looks like.
As we see the rebound here by Evans on J.K. Well, that might have been a body on J.K. Johnson.
It looks like she had a little help there. It wasn't just momentum.
Again, Southern Miss staying in that zone. Can they make them pay? They do. Tim swings it to Johnson from the corner, and all of a sudden it is a 2-point game with 6 minutes left here in the second.
You know, with Johnson's ability to take it to the basket and finish, when she's shooting from 3, she's very, very difficult to defend.
Sieper to Manley, guarded by Timms. ULM staying in that man defense.
Yeah, ULM's doing a better job right now of reacting. Yep. When they help each other, they're recovering.
11-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. Can Sieper end the drought from the baseline? I don't know how she got that one off. She did. Tough shot, good defense, good bucket by Sieper.
Yeah, she just moved and got to the shot and finished.
White wide open under the basket. Good look by Johnson. She'll go to the line for 2.
Man, that's the one you got to have. You get that under the basket. Of course, I know they grabbed her by the arm, but you just got to finish that.
Johnson double teamed on the baseline. Found a cutting White. She'll go to the line for 2.
The first foul, second team foul.
Kayla Johnson, Sakaya White. Again, this entire team, very good free throw shooters. Coach, 73.6. That is tops in the league. And there goes the announcer's jinx.
There goes that.
White, a 75% free throw shooter for the season. Transfer out of Florida State by way of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Makes the second free throw. And we're back to a one-possession game, 28-25.
Yeah, White just really helps ULM inside, defensively especially, but she can rebound and she does a lot of things. Inside gives them some depth.
As we see Leak and Manuel about to check back into the ball game for the Warhawks. Jean Rowe. Rowe's been quiet so far here in the first half. Manley just throws it up. Contested shot falls well short. Timms looking to drive, gets it over to Gray. Gray turnaround, no good, rebounded by Grayson. That is her 6th.
Yeah, that was a good push up the floor. Gray just couldn't finish with it, but ULM did a good job defensively the last time. They didn't let them have that shot. They've recovered. They're doing a great job of recovering. We mentioned where they weren't earlier.
Lead remains 3 for Southern Miss. Oh, good position by Grayson. When she gets that far into the basket, that's almost impossible.
No, you can't let her have the ball there. I mean, if she's that low, you just have to front her. You just got to get all the way in front of her.
She's got 14 here in the first half. Timms on Jean. She'll drive. Reach in foul. That is the 4th team foul for the Lady Eagles. As we've got a substitution. Samantha Shanks checks into the ball game for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Valentine and Leak coming back in for ULM.
Out of Webbers Falls, Oklahoma. Valentine under the basket. Johnson on the baseline. Good jump shot. And we're back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, Johnson just came off of a screen and got the ball, and I think she faked like she's going to take it to the basket, and that give her a step, and she was able to drill it.
That's double digits for Johnson. That's her 10th bucket of the ball game. 10th point, excuse me. Sieper, top of the key, gets Grayson on Leak, her former teammate. The iron kind, and she's got 16. And she has been an absolute force here in the first half.
When she gets the ball down low,
almost unstoppable today.
You've got to keep her from getting it down that low. You got to front her, or you got to get her outside. And I don't think you'll be able to push her, especially Leak won't be able to.
8 of 12 so far in this ball game. She's got 50% of their points so far tonight. This thrown up shot by Downs. No chance at that. And Southern Miss looking to run. Jean on Valentine. Jump shot. No good. And rebounded by Naya. And Naya looking for her first, or actually she's got 2 assists. She's one of the top in the league. And more importantly, Coach, 2nd in assist to turnover ratio. Leak, a 3-point shot. Haven't seen that much for her this season.
No, I don't know. She doesn't usually shoot that shot. I don't know, she just maybe so relieved to be open.
It was an open 3, but she hasn't taken many this season.
You know, Downs trying to put pressure on her and puts a little bit too much pressure on her, picks up her 2nd foul.
Yeah, that's the 2nd on Downs, and we see Raquela Gray checking back into the ball game, as well as Mel Timms with the Lady Eagles up 5. Rowe to throw it in. So Grayson.
Yeah, they bring Grayson outside, and you mentioned earlier, you know, she's a force under the basket, but she can also shoot the 3.
44% 3-point shooter. She could beat you from anywhere on the court. Timms trying to draw a jump ball, gets it to Rowe. Did Jean. 3 on the shot clock. Rowe to Grayson, won't be able to get it off in time, and great defense by ULM.
Well, Rowe knew it. I'm not sure Grayson knew it, but Rowe was trying to get it back, and Rowe's capable of filling it up, too. She had 25 the first conference game.
Again, to be able to start as a true freshman in this league shows you what kind of player she is out of Pikeville, Kentucky. Again, Coach, they know a thing or two about hoops and the Bluegrass State.
They do. She was probably born with a ball in her hand.
Gray Gets it to Manuel. Lost control of the basketball. Gets it to Valentine, top of the key, with 11 on the shot clock. Leak from the right baseline. No good. Rebounded by Manuel. Under basket up. No good. Tipped by Grayson. Keeps it in bounds, but right to Manuel.
Yeah, I thought Timms might take that one.
We've got time called.
Yeah, maybe the shot clock. They're looking at it.
Yeah, we see Ty Bliss and Molly Caldwell talking about it.
Yeah, I think it's a shot clock because if it changed hands.
Sakaya White, SK checking back in for Leak. 5-point lead for the Lady Eagles with 2:06 remaining in them. They was looking at the shot clock. 27 left on it. Valentine back to Gray. Manuel, SK with possession under the basket on Shanks. Up and in off the glass. She'll go to the line for one.
You see, she did a good job of getting her feet under and going up strong and finishing even though she got fouled.
Yeah, she had position on a 5'8 Shanks. SK off the glass, up and in, and she's going for the and one.
And they did a great job of getting her the ball, and then she put herself in position.
Again, only so much Shanks can do. 5'8 versus 6'1. Second free throw, or first free throw for White, up and in. And it's a 32-30 game just under 2 minutes to go, and ULM picking up pressure full court.
Again, I think they just want to make them work a little harder, and they are, they have a short bench.
They do.
So if they can wear them down a little bit, don't let them just walk down the floor resting. It'll help them in the end of the game.
And Shemaya Butler about to check into the ball game for the Warhawks. Coach, she's missed some time with injuries this season. Good to see her getting a little run here against the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, Craig got a hand on the ball, but then when she went for it, she got the body on her too.
Reach in foul on ULM.
Yeah, I think Coach Bilderback wants to see if Shemaya can get in and kind of push Gray out a little bit and see how she does in this first half, know whether she's going to have to rely on her some in the second half.
Butler played for Brooks Donner-Williams when she was the head coach at ULM. Again, Butler on Grayson. Grayson up, no good. Rebounded by Butler. And you see the reaction from the ULM faithful. She's come back from a serious knee injury. Valentine three, no good. Right to Grayson, though. She's looking to run.
Well, the Valentine shot looked like it was headed to the basket.
Rowe on Manley.
Yeah, Timms had to pick up the ball, and she had to hustle back over here to pick up Manley.
Rowe looking from a screen by Grayson. Mid-range jumper up and in, her first bucket of the ball game.
So she came off that screen, and Manuel had to fight over that screen. She wasn't able to, and so that got her open.
Rowe averages just under 8. That's her first bucket. You got to love the reaction for Butler, though.
Well, she come up with a stop and then got the rebound.
Well, you see the knee brace. Again, she's been dealing with that for, it feels like 2 years now. And ball's tipped and out of play off of Manuel.
Yeah, Manuel went after it. They got the rebound, and she tried to knock it out of their hand and did, but knocked it out of bounds.
30 seconds left, 30.6 on the shot clock and on the game clock. Just 0.6 difference with the Lady Eagles up 4. Nia Jean, she's got 10 in the first half. Guarded by Gray.
See, they got
Gray almost gets it stolen away. It's tipped into the backcourt, but Jean gets it back.
Yeah, Gray's just so quick.
Sieper to Rowe, looking for Grayson, guarded by Butler. Timms thought about a go-to, 5 seconds. Grayson, tough shot, no good. Good defense by Butler. And that is how the first half ends. Have we found?
Continue to start in the second half the way they started the game.
Missy Bilderback looking to see a better start in the third quarter from her squad than she saw in the first. Saw the Lady Eagles get up double digits. Rowe to Grayson. Can she pick up where she left off? Well, she's triple teamed. The ball's knocked away. That's one way to try to stop her.
Yeah, you can see right now they're
good
prepared.
Defense by Sieper, though, giving Johnson fits in the backcourt, but a little too aggressive, picks up the foul.
Yeah, she did a great job, but then she pursued it. If she'd have left it alone after that first one, she'd have been okay.
Again, good defense, but Sieper.
Downs did a good job of getting rid of that ball and not traveling.
kept an arm on her the entire time, but tough defense.
But you can see the respect that ULM now has for Grayson.
She's earned it.
She put 3 people on her.
Manuel, top of the key, goes to work on Cooper. Turn around with the right. Good. Makes it a 1-possession game, 34-32. Kayla Manuel's first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, she's had double-doubles, and now that's her first basket to start the second half.
Yeah.
But you know that makes ULM feel better.
She was a third-team preseason Sun Belt Conference player, but she's been plagued by foul trouble the last 2 ball games. Cooper with the left. Her third bucket, 6 points. Well above her average.
Yeah,
J.K. Johnson, no time, get into the basket, will go to the free throw line, fouled by Jean.
Yeah, we talked about Johnson being more aggressive.
That is the second on Jean.
Yeah, Johnson just got down the floor in a hurry.
Blink of an eye. Look down to see some stats, and she's at the rim.
Exactly.
You see J.K., a 80% free throw shooter. One of the reasons why this team is tops in the Sun Belt.
And that's her first free throw so far tonight. This afternoon.
Her 11th and 12th point cut the lead to 2. ULM has yet to lead tonight. She's now got 12. Rowe to Jean, swings it to Sieper. Guarded by Manuel. Cross court to Jean.
Yeah, ULM's in a zone right now.
The Tampa connection. Grayson, double team, swings to Sieper. Wide open in the corner. Can't make ULM pay. Coach, that's kind of a surprise. Sieper, a very good 3-point shooter. That's her second wide open missed 3. That's the look they want. If they're going to double Grayson, somebody's got to take advantage of it. Manuel, tough shot, no good. Rebounded by SK, up and in. And for the first time since the opening tip, we are tied.
Well, White just went up strong and got that one and finished. And I mean, it was a lot of hands after that one.
8th point by SK. Tied at 36 here at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter.
You know, this zone is going to help them fill up the middle a little bit.
Rowe cross to Cooper. Cooper looks to drive. Rowe wide open from 3. Off to the left, no good. Rebounded by Cooper. But taken away by White. ULM looking to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, White just stayed after that one. She didn't get the rebound, but she just stayed after it and took it.
Gray goes baseline. Bounce pass to White. Stripped from behind by Jean. Good defense, but it'll stay with the Warhawks.
Yeah, White's trying to dribble too much, and if she's got the shot, she needs to take it. Otherwise, she needs to kick it out and reposition.
Coach, it's pretty clear that ULM has made an adjustment to make sure it's going to be somebody else besides Grayson.
Well, that zone, for one thing, and, you know, ULM was supposed to be dropping a man to help out on her, and it made it more difficult. So they go to the zone, and now it's built in. It's already there.
Well, Southern Miss stays in their zone. White on the baseline. Timms, top of the key, swings to Johnson. Open 3 from the wing. First lead of the night on the 3-point shot by J.K. Johnson. Her third triple, and ULM is up 39-36.
Yeah, that one was dead center from the start. You could see it as soon as it left her hand.
39-36 as the Warhawks take their first lead. 15 points for J.K. Johnson, 4th in the league in scoring. Sieper from the baseline, no good. Tipped by Manuel.
And ULM's like to fought with each other.
Sieper off to us. Well, stolen away. She's struggling so far tonight, just 1 of 6 from the field.
Yeah, Johnson just did a poor job of handling that one, just trying to make that one-hand pass, and she looped it.
Manley, no good. Tipped off of Manuel's hands. It'll stay with the Lady Eagles.
Manley knocked that out of Manuel's hand.
7-0 run for the Warhawks over the last 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Southern Miss will throw it in Rowe under her own basket.
Yeah, I guess Manuel reached for that.
Again, Rowe, one of the best freshmen in this league. Just 2 points so far. Up and in for Jean, looking to tie the ball game at the free throw line.
Yeah, she just was taking Valentine to the basket.
Jean is at her average of 12. Second on the team in scoring. You see Jean takes advantage of the size that she has on Nia Valentine.
There wasn't a lot of contact on that, especially around the hand.
And we are tied at 39 as Valentine's checked it in the ball game, gets it quickly over to Timms. Timms, quick trigger, no good, rebounded by J.K. They call a jump ball, and it will stay with ULM.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting a hand on that. Johnson just went up and got it.
Timms with the quick trigger, can't get it, but it went right to J.K. Johnson on the long rebound. Valentine to throw it in under her own basket, tied at 39. Manuel wide open with the left up and in.
She did a great cut off of a pick, and that got her the ball, and she was able to go up and finish it with the left.
Drawing up nicely, and ULM executes.
That's Gene's third foul here early in the second quarter.
That's big.
Third quarter.
Again, one of the veteran leaders for this Lady Eagles squad. Gene with 3. Grayson checks in for Evans. And it looks like Shanks is going to come in potentially for Gene.
Well,
and she does.
Yeah, ULM goes kind of small, and Grayson comes back in. Grayson had been out for a while. So Manuel, looks like Manuel may have to guard her.
Manuel misses the free throw. That's a rare one for her because she shoots just under 80%.
Well, Grayson just reached over. She didn't get it originally, but she just reached over and took the rebound.
Rowe to Manley. On the weave, back to Rowe. Swings it to Shanks. Wide open 3 in front of her team's bench. No good. Rebounded by Gray, but a foul on the floor. I think they're going to call on Manuel.
Yeah, from the look, Manuel thinks the foul's on her.
Yeah. That is just her first, though.
Yeah,
Shanks got the look she wanted, but misses the 3.
Yeah, she rooted her out.
Shanks a 21% three-point shooter.
You know, probably if Grayson hadn't failed, they wouldn't have called that.
Grayson turned around her first bucket of the second half, her 18th point of the ball game, ties us once again at 41.
You see, they were looking to push it up the floor that time, but Southern Miss was already back.
As Layla Walker checks back into the ball game with 2 fouls. J.K. Johnson, open 3 again, no good. Long rebounded by Gray. On Shanks on the baseline. Strong move, strong bucket. 43-41, Warhawks retake the lead, and we're going back and forth now here in the second half.
Well, Gray just, when she got that rebound, she was going to the basket. It wasn't going to be stopping her.
Shanks guarded by Timms. Manley looking to drive. Rowe swings. Sieper looking for her first bucket from the field, or second bucket from the field. First 3, no good. She's now 1 of 7.
Yeah, Timms just came behind Grayson and took that rebound.
Timms drives on Rowe, no good. Tipped to Rowe, runs it down.
Yeah, Timms thought she was going to be able to get to it, but Rowe just beat her to it.
Sieper again, wide open. Yeah. Still won't go in. There is a lid on the basket for Morgan Sieper.
Yeah, somebody was lost. The baseline men came up to help on the wing, and then nobody was in that corner, and Sieper just wasn't able to get it to go. She was wide open.
2 for 10 from the three-point line for Southern Miss, just 20%. Walker wide open under the basket, makes Southern Miss pay, and ULM's got their biggest lead of the game at 4.
Yeah, they just left the basket to go defend someone else. That's Walker's first basket.
45-41. Rowe swings it to Shanks, guarded by J.K. Sieper wide open. Finally sees one go in. Again, Coach, she's got some open looks. She's hit the second most in Southern Miss history for a freshman three-point shot. She sees the first one go down tonight, so you know she's capable of it.
Well, ULM's in his zone, and when the ball's on the other side, the guards shift over there, so the baseline has to come up and guard the wing, but the baseline's not going back.
Valentine baseline floater, no good, but Melyia Grayson runs it down. She's fine and will go to the line. Melyia Grayson to the free throw line for the first time tonight when we come back with the Warhawks up 45-44. All of a sudden, we're going back and forth here in the third quarter inside Van Ewing Coliseum in Monroe. In the paint.
That is unbelievable because you think she was doing it all her own.
Gray with the free throw extends ULM's lead back to 2. Her 5th point.
But ULM's had some more people to go to the basket, and Grayson's the only one that's been around the basket part.
And we've got a lane violation, so Melyia Grayson will get another opportunity. She's actually upped her free throw percentage over the last few games up to 50%. So I know that doesn't sound great, but it's better than it was 2 weeks ago.
It is better than it was. But
she missed them both, that one badly.
She's 1 for 3 right now. But
that's going to lower it back.
It'll put it back down.
And the lead remains 2 for the Warhawks.
Yeah, ULM's got a shift.
Shanks to Rowe in the corner to Sieper. Hit, but no call. Right to Grayson, though. Rebounded, right back to Sieper. No good. Rebounded by Gray across half court.
Yeah, kept getting a hand on it, but never could come up with it.
Timms drives on Shanks. Lost control of the basketball. It is tipped out of play. It will stay. Wow, helter-skelter basketball for the Eagles in the Warhawks.
Like she was trying to get it to Walker, but there was 2 people over there. Walker was cutting to the basket, I think, because she thought Timms was going to shoot the ball instead of pass it.
Sieper had a couple good looks at tying this ball game, but she is 2 of 11 from the field. Gray on Sieper, up and no good, but she'll go back to the stripe.
Well, now if she can shoot 50%,
yep. They'll take their chances.
Yeah,
she'll go to the charity stripe, looking to add to ULM's lead.
Yeah, that's Sieper's second foul.
Again, 5'8", but she plays her best basketball around the rim.
Yeah, White's coming back in for Walker now.
She got a little extended rest. Gray's free throw. Coach, we complimented her free throw shooting improving. She missed them last 2 badly. One to the right, one to the left.
Yeah, well, she just trying to get it over the front of that rim.
Gray, the Southern Miss transfer, missed them both.
Yeah, they were in the lane too.
And another lane violation.
Yeah, Cooper got in there as soon as she went up with it.
Gray, a Mississippi native. As you see, Brooks Donna Williams coached at ULM from 2019 to 2023. Once again joined Coach McNellis. They were together on the staff at Southern Miss. Missed them both. Gray tries to run down the rebound, but taken away by Manley. So Southern Miss with an opportunity to tie or retake the lead with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
ULM's back trying to put some pressure on them right now on the ball itself.
See Cooper to Manley, looking to tie it up. Cross court, Sieper flips it over to Rowe. Open 3, no good. Rebounded by Cooper, and then turned it over.
Yeah, Cooper just went and got that one.
Again, Southern Miss with 2 freshmen in the lineup in Cooper and Rowe. And Cooper with the freshman mistake.
You know, with Lady Eagles swinging the ball like that, ULM's having to really, really run. I mean, they got to get on their skates to get over there to defend, but they're doing a good job of it. Just not able to come up with that rebound.
Southern Miss has had some good looks from distance, and they're a decent three-point shooting team, just not so far. 3 of 12 tonight. White on Grayson. Good defense by Grayson. Forcing a tough shot from White. And again, Southern Miss can tie or take the lead this possession. Stolen away by SK.
Yeah, White just was looking for that one.
Valentine thought about pushing it, gets to Johnson, swings to Downs, back to Johnson. Open 3 from the wing is good. And that is J.K. Johnson's 4th three-point shot, and the lead is up to 5. Coach, the answer, Coach, she's got 18, a 30% three-point shooter. She is 4 of 6 tonight from downtown.
Well, she's let the shot come to her. She hadn't been forced it, hadn't been trying to go get one. They just come to her.
Well, if you need a bucket, that's the right person to go to. That is the 20th point by Grayson.
Yeah, but she got down at that block again.
And J.K. Johnson went right back down the court. Good defense by Manley. Turned it over. And again, Southern Miss can tie or take the lead.
Yeah, they didn't let Johnson go all the way to the basket. She had to pull up, and that's kind of what they're going to do with Grayson. Keep her from going to the basket.
Double screen to Cooper. Goes right back to Grayson on the block. Shot no good. Tipped out of play. It'll go to ULM as Timms and Walker check in.
Yeah, Johnson just lost her foot, and I thought for a minute there that if she's the last one that touched it, the Lady Eagles was going to get it out of bounds.
Southern Miss will pick up full court defensively. Timms cross court to Downs. Both good ball handlers for the Warhawks. Johnson cross court to Timms. Open 3. Give Mel Timms all 3 of those. That is her 8th point, her 2nd shot from downtown.
Hey, she was spotted up and ready for it, and all somebody had to do was get her the ball, and J.K. delivered.
Wide open, and Timms makes them pay. Lead extended to 6. Down low, wide open, Cooper for her 8th point. Somebody fell asleep at the wheel.
Somebody was lost on that because she was wide open. I don't know, it looked, somebody was watching the ball, or either Grayson. They was probably trying to help guard Grayson.
52-48, under a minute. Downs drives baseline, gets it to Walker, stolen by the freshman Rowe. 2-on-1 fast break. Rowe takes it herself, pull-up jumper is good, and the freshman makes the Warhawks pay, and it is a one-possession ball game once again.
Well, that was right into Walker's hand. She posted up, and then they dish it to her, and it just rolled off of her.
52-50. Gray cross court to Timms. Open 3 once again. No good. Rebounded by Grayson. That is her 12th, so she's got a double-double. Missed it earlier. Cooper.
Yeah, they got to get back quick.
To the basket with 3 seconds left. Up and in. We are tied. And that is how our third quarter comes to a close. 10 points through 3 quarters.
Hey, she's 5 for 6 from the field. I mean, she's just taking it in and finishing, just doing a great job.
Tied at 52 here in the 4th. Nia Jean back into the ball game. Gets it to Cooper. Turnaround, tough shot. No good. Rebounded by White. That's her 5th rebound.
Yeah, White did a good job of keeping Grayson off the boards.
White 5th in the league in rebounding. Downs will go to the free throw line to try to give the lead right back to ULM. See field goal percentage. It's close, 46-43. ULM leads in the field goal percentage, but Southern Miss right now out rebounding the Warhawks by 4. A couple second chance opportunities could be the difference in this ball game, as we see Downs to try to give the lead back to the Warhawks, an 80.6% free throw shooter.
Yeah, Downs got inside and got that shot. I think she didn't ever come to that stop.
Downs out of Vaughan, Canada. Transfer from Mercer. ULM gets the lead back, and she makes both of them. She'll pick up Jean at the three-point line defensively of ULM. Jean DeRoe. Southern Miss looks to tie it right back.
Yeah, ULM is in that zone.
We've been tied 4 times, all coming in the third quarter. Rowe down to Grayson, away from the basket. Now she'll drive, up, under, and in. The scoop and the score for Grayson ties it back up again.
You see, they had Grayson out in the corner, but she put it on the floor and was able to take it all the way to the basket.
Downs bounce pass to White, fouled by Grayson. That's just her first. Good bounce pass. Then you see the foul on Grayson. Obviously in no trouble. That's just her first.
Yeah, ULM hasn't challenged her a lot, and then she does a good job of staying out of foul trouble, obviously, with that being her first one in the fourth quarter.
White looking to give the lead back to the Warhawks. First free throw is in. ULM 19 of 41 from the field, 46.3% so far. The Lady Eagles 24 of 55, 43.6%. Difference, ULM shooting slightly better at from the three-point line. 6 of 16 for 37.5% so far for the Lady Eagles of Southern Miss. 3 of 12 for just 25%.
With those free throws at the end, it's 11 for 16.
Jean to Cooper. To Manley, looking to get Grayson on the block once again. Swings it over Jean. Wide open 3 from the right wing. Gives the Lady Eagles the lead right back, 57-56.
Yeah, Tim tripped coming out to defend, and when she went out on the floor, she just put it up.
She's got 16 points, 3 of them coming from distance. J.K. Johnson cutting on the baseline, up, no good. Rebounded by White. Second chance opportunity, no good. Gets it back again. Ball knocked away into the hands of Manley. Couple good looks for ULM. Couldn't finish around the rim.
Yeah, they were right under the rim, but they was kind of fighting each other down there and got a shot, but just couldn't get it to go.
Southern Miss up 1. Grayson on White. Tough shot. She's fouled.
Well, that was a tough one because she was going away. She was going away from the basket on that one.
You see Grayson's got 22 of the 57. Rest of the team's got 35, but you see that field goal percentage, 11 of 19, and right now, justifiably so, this offense running through Melyia.
You know, that's the closest thing to a sure thing as you can get is to get her the ball down low.
First free throw, good. 76% free throw shooter, Coach. She's pretty solid in just about everything.
Yeah, that was her first free throw.
Yeah, first free throw. As much as she's gotten the ball around the goal, that's her first free throw. Makes them both and leads back to 9. Excuse me, to 3, 59-56.
Yeah, I mean, she's had the ball as much as she's scored, and that's her first 2 free throws.
5 of 5 from the free throw line. ULM 12 of 17. Lady Eagles taking advantage of those opportunities. Gray gives it to Timms, guarded by Rowe, top of the key. Timms looks to drive on the freshman, throws it up and in. That's the 10th point by Timms. She's in double digits. The third Warhawk in double digits, joining White and Johnson. Lead back to 1.
Yeah, they went back to a man-to-man that time, and Timms was trying to come off of that screen to get the step, and that's what she got and took it all the way.
Cooper in the corner getting to Grayson again. Offense running through her, and she is just flat out a monster tonight. 26 points.
You know, she just feels the pressure and goes away from it.
Johnson, no good. Rebounded by White. Triple teamed, no good. Rebounded by Cooper, tipped to Manley.
Yeah,
Rowe runs it down.
Yeah, ULM gets a shot, can't get it to go, and then they get the rebound and can't get it to go.
Rowe with the Lady Eagles up 3.
So now, you know, when it's getting to the point where ULM doesn't score, they got to make sure that the Lady Eagles don't score either.
Again, trying to get Jean on the block.
Yeah, she changed sides.
Jean, open 3 from the left wing. No good. Tipped to Johnson. That was a good look for Jean. Just couldn't finish. J.K. Johnson off the glass. No good. Tipped, rebounded to White. White off the glass. That one is in. And once again, it's a 1-point game. 61-60, Lady Eagles.
Well, White's just battling on those boards right now.
Sakaya White's got 12.
You know, that's her 8th rebound. She's around that ball.
Girl knocked away by SK. Good defense fronting up. Grayson Downs with the left, and ULM takes the lead right back, 62-61. We got a good one here in Monroe. 1-point lead, under 6 to go. Tie, Warhawks up 1, 62-61. Manley to Rowe.
Yeah, they're going
into
inside.
Grayson where she wants. She's double teamed. Manley. She'll drive, open corner, 3-point shot for Jean, no good, left it short. Manley right there, off the glass, up, no good, rebounded by Grayson. Of course it's good. It's 28 points for Grayson, her 13th rebound, and Southern Miss takes the lead right back.
Yeah, as long as that ball's around the basket, she's going to go get it.
Defended well. Would you go and defend Grayson for so long? Johnson looking to give ULM the lead right back, passes it to Gray. Jump shot, good. 1-point lead for the Warhawks as we approach 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Right now, who's going to get the defensive stop? We're going back and forth.
Well, you know, for a while, it was a lot of stops going 3 and 4 minutes without scoring, and now everybody's scoring.
64-63. They're looking for Grayson. Yeah. Grayson wasn't there. Yeah. We talked about a stop. There it is. 3-point shooter. That's tops on the team.
Now, she's stepped out and set some picks a couple of times, and you think, well, that's what they're going to do. Instead of rolling to the basket, she's going to step out. But ULM covered that. But the way she's scoring inside, I'd keep her there.
Manuel with the left is up and in. That's Caitlin Manuel's 6 point. That gives ULM a 3-point lead. As we've gotten to 4:30 left in this ball game, ULM's hit their last 4 shots from the field.
You see, Manuel hadn't had the game that she has had in the past.
Open shot from Manley makes ULM pay 66-65, but Coach Grayson's getting the blow. You'd have to think ULM trying to take advantage of it with her out. I know she's at the scorer's table, but anytime she's out of the ball game, it's got to be a relief the way she's played tonight.
Yeah, well, they got it into Emmanuel last time. Of course, they driving into the basket.
Timms with the tough floater gives the Warhawks the 3 back coming off the screen.
Yeah,
12 point for Twins. For heartbreaker to ODU. In this league, you have to take advantage of being at home.
Yeah, and ULM was picked to finish 4th. I think Southern Miss was picked down like 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big game. If Southern Miss comes away with a win, it's tremendous for them.
Grayson's back in the game. Manley.
Travel.
Yeah, ball is grabbed and she lost control and traveled.
Yeah, she.
68-65. It's been a quiet night for Nia Valentine. That's probably on us.
Well, yeah. Don't ever pick her to be player of the game.
Spotlight players.
But she waited till the last 30 seconds last game, so she may be doing that again.
Strong move by J.K. Johnson, fouled into the basket by Grayson, her second.
I expected her to go under the basket and come back up with it because when Grayson's behind you, that's going to be a tough shot.
Grayson to try to, J.K. Johnson to give ULM a little bit of breathing room. Up 3 with 3:29 left in this one. Seepers checked back into the ball game.
Yeah, she'll probably be spotting up out there some more too.
Free throw is good. Lead extended to 4. $19 and 20 for J.K. Johnson. Again, coming into the night 4th in the Sun Belt Conference and scoring, a first-team preseason All-Sun Belt Conference player. Of course, Grayson, a preseason Sun Belt Conference player as well.
Gray was putting some pressure on her out there.
Rowe guarded by Valentine. Yeah, again, trying to get to Grayson. They do. Grayson guarded by Walker, just throws it up. That was almost a no-look shot that went in.
That was an unbelievable shot. I mean, that's just feeling it. That's just knowing it that it's your night.
That is the 30th point for Grayson. And that one, good move by Timms. Can't finish, rebounded by Walker. She can't finish. Ball tipped and kept alive by Seeper. Jump ball, possession arrow, ULM.
Well, ULM just gets the ball in there and can't get it to go in. It just rolls all around and they're just having trouble putting it back in because I know they're trying to avoid getting it blocked.
Timms jumps in there and forces the jump ball. Again, she had a great move. Little ankle breaker, but can't finish, but took it away from Seeper.
Yeah, she just attacked it. I think Seeper wasn't expecting that. Took her by surprise.
Valentine throws it in. Timms wide open under the basket, scores. Coach, that's the 3rd time tonight ULM on an inbound play has been able to convert.
That was a great inbound play. They sent one way. She set a running pick, and then Timms just come off the other side.
14th point for Mel Timms. And the lead pushed back to 5 with 2:30 left. Seeper open in the corner, swings it to Grayson. Southern Miss needs a basket. Who do you go to? Good defense. She's double teamed by Walker and Timms.
Yeah, she did. She was trying to clear away with that left elbow that time, and it kind of looked like it threw her shot off.
72-67 as we're going to the 2-minute left mark here in the 4th quarter between the Lady Eagles and the Warhawks.
There it is.
Valentine was open, baseline jumper, good. Lead up to 7 under 2 minutes left.
That's her first basket.
Big shot by Nia Valentine, her first field goal. That's her 5th point.
Yeah, I thought she was going to take that 3, but she wisely took it on in.
Her first comes in a big spot. Grayson from the right elbow. She'll drive. Left hand, no good. And, Coach, I think at this point thinks she's low on fumes.
Yeah.
Last Timms, 2 shots were just short.
Yeah, Timms just hung on to that one. But ULM did a good job of forcing her away from what she wanted to do. But Timms just did a good job of hanging on to that one and going through the foul.
4th team foul from Southern Miss.
Southern Miss has got to start doing that. They take a chance on trying to get the ball. If they don't, then they're going to foul. If they don't do that, they're going to lose anyway. So they don't have anything to lose and a lot to gain.
And we mentioned Southern Miss shorthanded. Grayson playing 34 minutes tonight. Valentine, no good, rebounded by Grayson.
Yeah, that wasn't good that early in the shot clock.
Rowe. Left-handed pass to Manley, and she's fouled hard.
Yeah, Timms come from behind to try to get the ball.
Manley will go to the free throw line. Glad to see she's okay. Took a big hit. Good look by Rowe. Yeah. Again, nothing dirty about it. Going for the ball, but that was a hard foul.
Yeah, Timms hit the ball. But then they just looked like they kind of pulled her down. I never did see
it. And I think, Coach, they're going to look at it anytime there's a hard foul.
Yeah. I don't know, as long as you're going after the ball.
Foul number 33 for the Warhawks.
As we get an explanation.
Yeah.
The first foul, second team foul.
Right now, common foul, but going to look for a possible upgrade, as we said.
Well, the only thing I saw, Timms hit the ball, but it was the force in which she swung at it. But I wasn't sure that's who put her down on the floor.
Right now, common foul, but looking at it right now, either way, Southern Miss, Coach, whether it's a technical or flagrant, or it's a common foul, they need points.
Well, you know, as long as it's a basketball play, you're going up to block it.
As we see the upcoming schedule for ULM, we mentioned the last of a 4-game homestand against Arkansas State. That's what makes these next 2 games important, because then you're on the road. Right back in Hattiesburg on the 16th, then Arkansas State and Jonesboro, at Texas State before South Alabama to end the month. And Arkansas State beat Texas State today. So that's who the Warhawks will see. 66-50, so a big 16-point win. We've had a couple early games so far here inside the Sun Belt Conference today.
Yeah, this weather's pretty widespread.
It is.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get ahead of it. But, you know, that's what makes the home game so important, because you've got to turn right around. And, you know, Southern Miss right now, no matter really what happens, they'll be ready for ULM coming to their home court. So ULM will have to finish strong here and then step it up when they go there.
And it's pretty interesting that these teams will turn around and play each other so quickly. It's common to see each other play twice, but not within a week. See Timms going for the ball. Walker got all ball. And definitely a foul, but it's just whether it's a common or a flagrant.
Yeah, Timms just attacked the ball, swung down at it.
Again, Manley took a hard hit. Glad she's up and okay. Manley, a sophomore from Lake Charles, went to Barb High School. Couple Louisiana players on this team. Ava Shields, who's not playing tonight, Hammond, Louisiana, Albany High School. And Bree Sutton, again, former Warhawk, went to Warren Easton in New Orleans. When you look at this staff for Southern Miss, of course, Coach Barber and Coach Donna Williams spent a lot of time coaching in the state of Louisiana. See Southern Miss's schedule. The Raging Cajuns headed to Hattiesburg on Saturday. They'll play ULM again on the 16th. Southern Miss on January 18th, and then at James Madison and at Marshall. It will remain a common foul. So Manley will go to the free throw line. 2 big free throws coming up. She is a 63% free throw shooter on the season. 2 points tonight.
Yeah, Manley thought she had that shot, and Timms was just had a full speed head of steam coming behind her.
Free throw's no good. Big miss. They're all big at this point.
Yeah, everything's magnified in the last 2 minutes. But as I used to always say, they count the same.
She does make that one to make it a 74-68, so 2-possession game. Grayson, a little offense for defense as Jemiah Evans checks back into the ball game. Downs to throw it in from under her own basket. Tries to get it in. She does to Timms. Timms is fouled from behind by Manley. That is her second. 15 foul.
Yeah, I thought Johnson was going to go get it, but she was kind of standing back here like she's going to let somebody else. Now, they were trying to keep her from getting it, but she needs it in her hands. Of course, Timms is a good one to have it, too.
Timms will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Timms has got 14 tonight. Nice bounce-back game for her. She struggled versus ODU. First free throw is good. Timms a 73.5% free throw shooter this season. Her 15th, and will remain at 15. And lane that, Coach, that's what the third lane foul, and that is a costly one for Southern Miss.
But they start getting in there. I mean, it's like they make the move too quick or something to do. They're trying to time it just right, and they're just getting a little bit ahead of it.
And she missed it. Gets another opportunity, and she makes the Lady Eagles play. Hey.
Yeah, that cost them a point.
Sieber checks back into the ball game for Cooper. Southern Miss needs a basket, needs it now, needs it quickly.
Yeah, ULM just
good
don't
defense
need to
by
foul.
Downs. Knocks it away.
Yeah,
harassing Evans.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't foul down there. Don't let them score with the clock stopped.
Warhawks up 8.
Yeah, you see,
1:11 left.
Yeah, down. She senses the kill right now. She's going for it.
Rowe over to Evans. 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound, and Mel Timms goes up to get it. She's fouled by Manley.
Yeah, Timms went up.
And she hit hard.
Yeah, she went up hard. And like Manley kind of bumped her, so she come down hard.
Again, Timms again exchanging hard fouls against each other. Again, just going for the ball was Manley. But Timms looking to give ULM a double-digit lead and maybe put this thing away with a minute left. As Manuel checks into the game for Walker. Quiet day for Walker. Just 2 points. But she did have 4 rebounds in 10 minutes.
Well, that may be for free throw shooting, too.
Tim's first free throw. Good. That's her 17th point.
You see, they bailed Timms out the last time when she missed the second one.
Makes them both, and the lead is 8. Minute left. ULM picking up pressure full court. Ball in to Rowe. Sieper.
Yeah, they got to come down and shoot pretty quick.
Evans. Evans to the basket. Double team. Tough shot. Up to Manley. Don't know if it's intended that way, but Southern Miss will take it.
Timeout.
And timeout ULM.
Tim's stepping up there and hitting those 4 free throws was big.
And Tim has it, and she's going to run it out. Had a layup, but she'd rather
they just go
kill
foul
some
her.
clock. Yeah.
Yeah, she could have shot it easily, but the clock's more important than the points right now.
Rowe with her second foul, and Timms will go back to the line. Walker checks back in, as well as Gray for Valentine and Manuel. Timms so far 4-4 from the line.
Yeah, they went to a lot of trouble to make sure she got it in her hands.
I'd expect a timeout for Southern Miss. They've got 1 left to try to get them at midcourt. Second free throw coming in. You see the St. Fred girls basketball team here as well. Big contingent from St.
14 rebounds. And then to her credit, no one is surprised because she's done it often.
Manley looking to get it in. She does to Jean. Jean quickly goes to the basket, cut off by Downs. Grayson up for her 32nd point with 36 seconds left. And another timeout off. Downs looking to get it in front of her own bench. Does to Timms. Timms double teamed by Sieper and Rowe. She's fouled.
Yeah, I was going to say, Valentine was in the back court. She's got to get back across so that Tim could get her the ball.
Timms has been knocked around quite a bit here in the fourth quarter.
But you knew they was going to come fight. They just wanted to get it in ever whose hand was going to be shooting.
J.K. Johnson, we see a three-point shot earlier tonight. J.K. with 20 points, 6 of 12 from the field.
Melyia Grayson.
Again, one of the top players in the Sun Belt Conference, having herself a nice night.
And she really shot the three well today. A lot of times she takes it to the basket to get her points, but today she was spotting up and finishing.
This is the best she's been from 3 this season. Tim's free throw is good. Lead back to 9. And Southern Miss out of timeout, so they're going to have to take it the length of the floor.
Yeah, looks like Timms has got her rhythm right now. She's been there often enough.
Yes, you've definitely know. She's 8 of 8 from the free throw line. So big night for Mel Timms. She's got 22. Sieper. Lady Eagles need a 3. She'll take it. Got it.
Morgan Sieper.
Boy, she's
She's
capable.
got 8. Yeah, she has struggled tonight, Coach.
Pull-up jumper was really going far today, and she took advantage of it.
And seems to be in a rhythm from the free throw line. 8 of 8 so far. As Down looks to get it in, she does get it in Timms, and she'll look to go 10 of 10.
Well, it just
Number 14.
Foul by
Jean.
Evans.
Yeah.
Or Jean.
Her fourth foul.
That's her 4th.
Number 6.
And Michaela Gray checks back in the ball game. Offense, defense substitution for Nia Valentine.
Boy, Southern Miss it's going to make ULM earn this win. If they hold on, they're going to make them earn it at the free throw line.
And Grayson checks back into the ball game.
Yeah, they looking to to shoot the three and for her to clean up any miss.
Timms, 9 of 9. You mentioned, Coach, she's in a rhythm. Lead back to 8.
Yeah, you get in that rhythm, you can just close your eyes.
10 of 10 from the line with 20 seconds left. Timms doing it defensively, knocks it off of Manley. It'll go to ULM.
It hit the line. Yeah, it hit her, it hit the line.
Doing it on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, Timms went and picked it up later, but it was already out.
19 seconds left. We'll see if Southern Miss decides to foul. Johnson doesn't look like it. Gets it to Downs.
Yeah,
and they'll be able to run it out. And ULM will move to 6-9 on the season. More importantly, 500 inside the Sun Belt Conference, while Southern Miss will fall to 5-10, 1-3 in the league.